What's up everybody, my name is Sen, welcome back to the channel, and for today's video I wanted to talk about something I don't think I've heard anyone talk about just yet. The question in question is, when exactly do you let your character die in 2XKO? Now, I know this seems a little bit counterintuitive because the whole purpose of playing a fighting game is to outlive your opponent as much as possible, but in 2XKO there's times where it's more beneficial to let your opponent die. Very much to the case. I heard Sajam, big air quotes around, complaining. He was playing a match and then is like, I killed my opponent, and then there's a fire alarm. Well, there was a fire alarm, I should say. What the hell? It went for like 2 seconds. That was strange. Where was I? Yeah, I know it's a little bit counterintuitive because in most cases, you want to live as long as possible, but with something like the shape of 2XKO, when you lose a character to some capacity, you do get stronger. The two big buffs that we gain access to the moment we lose a character is our break turns into Fury Burst, which is absolutely amazing. Obviously, we get things like additional damage, movement speed, things of that nature. It's great. It's super powerful, enables TODs and things of the like. But equally, we gain access to our team's super assist, which is very powerful assists. Like, a lot of them are super fast or super strong, do a ton of damage or block stun. They're very, very powerful. So the big thing is understanding the risk versus reward on when it is optimal to lose a character. These are two big buffs that we gain for losing our primary character, but the question now is, when do we elect to do this? So as powerful as Fury and Super Assist actually are, obviously it's very good to have two characters as well. The biggest buff for having two characters is the fact that we can tag in and out between characters to recover things like Gray Life, so we can have the sustain of our team be a little bit better. Also, you know, we get enabled to some cheap shit as well. You know, things like Yasuo Assist helping us combo and convert a bit easier. It's very, very good having your characters be alive. And then, of course, DHCs as well is another option, assuming you have double down, and your combo routing just gets a bit more extensive. So yes, having the capacity to weave in and out of two characters is very good for, one, preserving your team further, and, you know, furthering your combo game. Comboing off assists, not that hard or anything like that, but it's so much better if you have access to things like active tag or tag launcher or whatever. You're just gonna get that much more meaty damage. And I mean, on top of that, your mix-up situations are going to be so much better as well, just having that second character and setting things up like some hard mix. So that's also going to be really good, another really good reason to have your character alive. But that raises the question, when do you sack a character? Traditionally, the more health your character has, the more kind of wiggle room you have to keep them alive, you know. And then things like gray health on top of that. If they have a shit ton of gray health, you know, preserving your team is going to be that much more effective. And that kind of goes inversely as well, where it's the less health and the less gray health I have access to, the more I should be okay to sacrifice a character. So if our boy Yasuo is at 60% or something like that, 60-70% give or take, the more inclined I'm going to feel to tag in and out of characters, and especially if he has gray health paired alongside that. Conversely, if we are low health and low gray health, I'm going to be hyper inclined to just sacrifice Yasuo. It's like, all right, Yasuo, do what you can, and just take one for the team after that. I'm going to have to rely on the comeback factor. Once again, because we gain access to those empowered tools, it's still going to help us hold it down in the game at the end of the day. But if my teammate's in the back with low health and not a lot of gray health or anything recovered, like, it just takes him getting sniped while in the back, or while I'm calling an assist or something like that, or after I call assist, the cooldown, and he gets punished. It just takes that for him to get taken out of the game. So I'd rather just keep him up front, keep my health bar of something like a Blitzcrank more preserved in the backline, not play anything risky with Blitzcrank, just play very safe, effective pressure, but just keep him back there and then be willing to sacrifice Yasuo. You know, much to the term of something like Super Smash Brothers, just consider it extra credit anything our point Yasuo does after that. We've already considered Yasuo dead. Anything above and beyond what he does now, so if he takes a character or takes a round or takes a character in a half or baits the burst or whatever it is, that's huge for helping us through the rest of the duration of the game. being willing to sacrifice a character also helps us avoid situations like these where our point and our backup character are very low, not a lot of gray health, so like any stray hit is inevitable death, or we're more likely to be set up for chip situations or 2x KO situations. Like these, we're avoiding these checkmate situations. While it is good to tag back and forth, preserving one character's health bar to potentially make that comeback is ideal, because you're going to have more potential interactions to allow yourself to mess up. When your health is like this, you need to play pristinely. You cannot make really bad assist calls. You have to play so clean. At least with one full health bar, you'll be able to take 2 good interactions and then maybe like or like 1 good interaction and a handful of stray hits or whatever. You're just more durable, obviously enough. Additionally, in this situation, it helps us have a better end game as well, because obviously we have access to super assist, which is great. The minute we have access to it, it's huge as long as we have meter to use it. But the biggest thing is Fury. Fury is so good to be in, but what's the point of popping Fury if we don't have much health to play with? All the more reason that it's better to preserve one character's health bar more fully. I mean, do it in a pinch situation. You need to clutch up anyways, but all the more reason why it should be acceptable to sacrifice a character at some point. But I mean, if your character's low percentage and has a shit ton of gray life, yeah, try to save him, sure, because that means you're just going to be in the game for a lot longer. I don't know what enables gray life or like how to build a lot of it. I don't know what are the things that hit for gray life a lot. Like sniping your assist, you're going to build gray life, obviously. But for the point character, I'm not so sure. Like in something like Dragon Ball FighterZ, if you got hit by like a raw level 3, like all that level 3 damage was just gray life that you could recover. Something I would consider too is like very much the Guilty Gear mindset, where like you should consider preserving burst based around like what round you're in. So if you're up a round and you have burst and you're in the situation where both of your characters have 20% health, and your opponent is kind of beating the shit out of you, there's not really much of a point to try to do a hero burst and come back. You should conserve your burst for the next round, because it's going to be more valuable to either burst in early situations or use it to Fury burst at the end as a comeback factor. Conversely, once again, let's say you have burst off rip or burst in the early game of a future round or whatever it may be, it would potentially be more optimal to burst then, because you have the entire rest of the duration of the round to build that burst as you go and get that back for the next round. So you can enable another early burst, or you can enable a Fury burst in future rounds. In short, something like this, totally fine to have 2 characters. Something like this, while scary, depends on the amount of gray life you have. If you have no gray life, let this motherfucker die. If you have a shit ton of gray life, just make sure you play very conservative with your assist. Only call it exclusively safe assist, so that way your assist doesn't get sniped. Be careful with your burst, things of that nature, but you absolutely can preserve that health bar. If you have no gray life, let that motherfucker die. Biggest situation to avoid is situations like these. Sometimes it's unavoidable. Shit happens. You just kind of go through the rigmarole of the game. Both of your health bars get kind of bodied. It is what it is. But try to avoid this in my brain as much as possible. You have less playroom generally. You're more susceptible to getting 2x KO'd. You're more susceptible to chip out sequences. Preserving your team isn't really in the question. If you have a resource with a spare round, preserve the resource, like burst. It feels a little criminal to end without playing a ranked game. I'm kind of not warm though, I'll be honest. I was playing Plague Inc. before this. So yeah, I'm kind of not warm at all. We'll try. We got into Master very recently. 2 people have a chance, maybe, if they suck, but they are in Master. Oh baby, I get the buff. Let's go. If you guys don't know, the stage gives me a buff. I'm that dog. Can I pet that dog? Let's go. I'll try my best.
Go with the wind. Trust me.
Okay, immediate jump. Counter hit. Let's go, baby. Oh, damn. Oh, I got my footsies. Oh, shit. That's fine. Got the burst. That's good. I'm in there. Wait, hold on. Oh, blitz. Okay, we probably should be looking for a potential... Yeah, I'll burst here. Damn, I dropped it. He's gonna jump on me? Oh, I thought he was gonna jump. Stabilize. Let's go. We should definitely try to kill here. And then... We still have a little bit of gray life with Blitz. Oh, shit, I thought we killed. Oh, the trade, we take that. I should look to get Blitz out. Beautiful. That was not clean at all. Wow, he got in. He got in just like that. Plus, the matchup with Teemo versus Yasuo is a lot better. This is getting into scariness. Oh my god, I whiffed. Okay. Oh my god, one assist. Oh, this little loser. Oh my god. Die! Okay, that was not clean. There was nothing clean about what happened in that game, but it's fine. It's okay. I'm actually gonna... Oh, I won't tag out Yasuo, I think. I fucked up. That was dumb. We took an early burst there just to avoid like any kind of calamity. Okay, an early burst right back. Sure. Oh, what the fuck? Even that parry was actually insane. Just want to make him impatient, really. I pressed, yeah. I thought he'd go over, actually. Oh my god, the command grab. This is really sloppy neutral going on right now. That was a terrible roll. Okay. It is double down, so yeah. Actually, I definitely let Blitz die here. I tagged into, which is bad, but like we talked about, I gotta preserve Yasuo's health bar. Oh my god, I got hit by the last stupid one. I'm gonna preserve Fury here. Like, unless some real crazy shit starts to happen. But even then, that's a terrible use of burst. Oh, brother. Yeah, we died there. Yeah, so the lower our health, the less interactions we're going to be able to take part in, so might as well just play safe there. Okay, really weird trade. I should have anticipated the burst, it's fine. Okay. DHCs, he has some great life, so I can understand. I'm minus. Oh, I was punishable? Shit. Pop off Yasuo, let's go. Dropped it. Oh, I crossed up somehow. That was crazy. Oh, my level 3. Okay, we got Braum out of there. That's huge. This game is pretty much about as good as packed up. He does have access to super assist. We're not gonna have burst, so oh, beautiful. I can't believe I converted off that one. That was fucking crazy. Game 1 going to us. Pretty good, pretty good. And we're kind of following the rules that we laid out for ourselves. I make mistakes too. Like, I'm not that good of a player. And I guess that's where we end the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.